Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom filled with rolling green hills and misty mountains, lived a princess named Merida. But Merida wasn't like any other princess you've heard of. She had a wild spirit, fiery red hair that danced in the wind, and a heart full of adventure. Her greatest love wasn't fancy dresses or grand balls, but the freedom of the forest, the thrill of riding her horse, and the satisfying thwack of an arrow hitting its target. She spent her days exploring hidden trails and practicing her archery until she could split an arrow with another, while other princesses waited in their castles for a prince to come along. Merida was out creating her own destiny, one adventure at a time. One day, however, a strange and mysterious shadow began to creep over her vibrant kingdom. The once lush green crops started to wilt and turn brown. The sparkling rivers that crisscrossed the land slowed to a trickle and began to dry up. A heavy silence fell over the villagers as people grew worried and fearful for their future. The kingdom's laughter was replaced with whispers of despair. Seeing the fear in her people's eyes, Merida knew she couldn't just stand by, she had to do something. So with her trusty bow slung over her shoulder, her sharp mind ready for any challenge, and a heart brimming with courage, she rode off into the deepest, most ancient part of the enchanted forest, determined to find the source of the trouble and save her home. As she ventured deeper, the trees grew thick and twisted, and strange whispers seemed to follow her on the wind. It was there, in a clearing, bathed in an eerie light, that she finally found the cause of the kingdom's plight. It wasn't a monstrous beast, but a mischievous and lonely forest spirit, playing tricks out of boredom and sadness. Merida knew that fighting wouldn't solve this problem. Instead of drawing her bow, she lowered it. With kindness in her voice, she spoke to the spirit, listening to its story. She didn't offer a challenge. She offered friendship. Merida promised that she and her people would always respect and protect the forest, honoring its magic and its creatures. Touched by her sincerity and wisdom, the forest spirit smiled, and just like that, the dark curse was lifted. Back in the kingdom, the rivers began to flow with clear, fresh water once again. The fields turned green and vibrant, and the sun shone brightly in the sky. Merida returned not just as a princess, but as a true hero. She had shown everyone that real bravery isn't always about strength in battle. It's about having the courage to be different, the cleverness to find a better way, and the kindness to understand others. And so, the brave archer princess continued her adventures. Forever remembered for saving her kingdom with a wise mind and an open heart.